What? She sucks that with her fist?
Wonderful Sharyu. Effortlessly bisecting such a large rock, simply by transforming one plane within it to sand. Elegant indeed. It would seem you've already reached the level at which you can easily transmute any substance between physical states. We have trained many great pupils in our time, but your mastery of these skills is quite unprecedented.
I'm honored by your words. Thank you, masters.
Well, it appears there is nothing more for us to teach you, my child. Now go forth out into the world and do as you will. You alone shall decide how you will wield this immense power. We shall not interfere.
Sirs, I wish to use it to transmute all things, for the benefit of all things, and for all people. From this day forward, I want to dedicate my life to eradicating the folly of killing from this world. I understand how cruel the world can be, and I know it won't be easy, but still, I won't know it's possible until I try, right?
She's amazing. She's like perfect. She's so perfect.
If that chick does bite it, it's all your fault. You know that, don't you?
My fault? No, how do you figure that?
Made her feel some
She may not have looked like all that much, but she was still a part of this. I mean, she had to have some skills to be chosen for the Juni Taisen. But then, the whole time you were talking to her, she just kept growing weaker and weaker. You won't reform me, no matter what. So don't worry about that. But for real, how do you see this playing out? I mean, no.
Damn, he did call it right out though.
If that girl is dead, then we're down 4 warriors, and those are just the ones we're aware of. That's a third of us. Can your peaceful plan still work with those numbers?
Sure it can. Just a shame that there are fewer people.
She didn't like
saved.
that. Like, you think
But
you're
you
fighting?
seem to be operating under a false assumption, so let me clear things up for you. The fact of the matter is I have more than one plan in mind.
How do you justify defending the entitled scum of the earth?
Yeah. She might fuck around and kill you.
I've been told you have a reputation for getting results in tense situations. I understand you've helped bring peace in over 300 international conflicts and 200 civil wars.
Yeah.
There's no question about your qualifications.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
But the reason we're fighting is complicated, perhaps more complex than you're used to. You should know that by now.
May I direct your attention there? This is all about the region between your two countries. If I'm not mistaken, the dispute over that region has been raging for well over 70 years. This ongoing battle, with no willing compromise on either side, has become unproductive.
Unproductive? That's putting it mildly.
Because your people feign ignorance of the underlying issues.
I'm telling you,
Stop telling me things like I'm some child. It's getting quite tiresome.
Fine, but let me say this. My country is legally in the right here, and that's not just
What I was
according to
trying
me.
to say is, negotiations between the two parties have proven to be unproductive.
Under the treaty that we agreed to a century ago, your government acknowledged that the land belonged to us.
I have a feeling that the reason you've both continued fighting for so long is less about protecting the well-being of your people, and more about preserving national pride.
Listen here. It's a fact that they're the ones who attacked first. We had no desire to wage a war.
Then why don't you be the first ones to lay down your arms so you can end it?
We can't just throw up our defenses when we're under attack. We have a right to defend ourselves.
Please, stop! Historically, this land wasn't part of either of your countries, right?
That was a long time ago. The nation it used to be was broken up and lost its autonomy, so ours stepped in to provide governance.
You mean you invaded it?
Regardless, that gave me a brilliant idea.
What kind of idea? Yes, come in.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Our armies had a sudden rash of deserters.
What'd you say?
They armed themselves and declared that they were renouncing the war. Countless others have followed suit. There's more. They're demanding a ceasefire.
Are the frontline soldiers deserting and calling for a ceasefire?
Wait a minute. Don't tell me you were behind this.
They're the descendants of the country that used to exist there. And together they're repudiating your war and choosing independence for themselves instead. While you two were focused on these fruitless talks, bickering over old grievances, you turned a blind eye to the soldiers fighting your war for you, how they were suffering and dying. It was your pride and negligence that led you to this current predicament. And by the way, this is no longer just a matter involving your two countries alone. I plan to spread the message far and wide. All those seeking peace will find refuge here. Unfortunately, the two sides did bury the hatchet. Unfortunately, they buried it right in the backs of the rebels.
The Allied forces have joined together, taking up arms in the disputed territory to suppress the insurgent uprising. The formation of a third faction, the rebel army, was designated a severe threat by the generals of the Allied forces, who then commenced a large-scale search and destroy operation.
It's all over for nothing.
I wish I could tell you otherwise, but this happens all the time. Communicating
Oh, that's a
emotional
plot
over
twist.
it doesn't help anyone.
That's 'cause
I don't make peace with it. I carry it with me. Forever.
Gotcha.
So that explains why the board said in the first episode this will be the last time that we
It's
meet
not going
again.
to speak to the masses. I mean, you put all this time and energy into negotiating peace and proposing ceasefires or whatever. But like, if you just used your power to instantaneously end all the fighting, like bam, it's over, wouldn't you be able to save even more lives and in way less time?
What does that mean?
It means you may be the exception, but otherwise, the kinds of people who participate in the Juni Taisen, myself included, are not exactly... I guess what I'm asking is, why would you put yourself through hell trying to save our lives? The world would be much better off if every last one of us monsters died as quickly as possible.
Oh, they're still
We
fighting?
fighters are the only ones who could find any meaning in this war. A war for which an entire city was evacuated. Almost no one knows.
So why do you
about
go
the
above the
Juni Taisen.
surface to kill the chicken?
If they did, I bet they'd all say
It could have
something
been a
like,
flashback.
I hope every last one of those bastards croaks so we can be done with it.
I've seen nation after nation fall to ruin. I've seen slaughter on top of endless slaughter. Horrific crimes against humanity are burned into my brain. Hunting down people, institutionalized slavery, civil war, immoral weaponry, human trafficking, genocide, patricide, infanticide, ethnic genocide, destruction of cultural heritage sites, prejudice and discrimination, revenge and retaliation, subjugation of women, the theft of resources, famine and epidemics. I've seen those things again and 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 again. I see them all. I look them in the eye. I face that reality. Yet despite it all, I still speak those platitudes. I still choose to do what I do. I choose to stop wars with the power of my words. And yeah, I've been through some terrible things myself too. But I won't let that stop me from getting along with people. Ideally, I'd like to find happiness with everybody in the whole world.
Need some help?
Nah, thanks, but it means more if I make it myself.
Sure. Okay.
He sounds like the rat.
Well, I was just gonna say that I know you're leaving again soon. And I don't see you as some badass warrior. To me, you're just Misaki Yuki. The person sitting here who makes pastries, she's the one I love. And I want to protect this life we have together. I just wish that was enough.
I know, and I feel the same way. I want to protect this life we have too. That's why I go out and fight on battlefields.
Man, she's a good girlfriend. I like that.
This is a battle in itself.
Nah, man. Who the fuck's there?
What is that? Looks like...
No.
Dead. The necromantist.
He's using chicken? Oh, he's using the dead birds.
This is looking pretty bad.
So it's anything, even like animals
After a
too?
disease pit like this place, even the smallest scratch could give us tetanus.
We're leaving. Wait.
Oh shit!
Snake. Rabbit zombie slave.
Killing psychotically. Warrior of the rabbit. Usagi.
I have no choice. Nezumi, you think you can handle the snake?
Or to just killing them. Damn. Why's it always gotta be like this with you?
So she can restrain him peacefully. That
It
seems
doesn't take too long to figure out what someone's always
like way more difficult.
Oh, fine.
Killing peacefully. Warrior of the monkey. Sharyu.
Killing all. Warrior of the rat.
I want to see what he can do. Damn, so just gonna be them two versus them two. He's controlling the birds, though.
I thought you had to kill the person for him to like control him, but I guess not.
That's what I'm saying. That makes me think he's controlling chicken. But that would be, the birds would be allowed then. But he probably could control chicken too. I like Rabbit's story. Let's say Rabbit's story. Monkey story.
This episode was like slower paced than all the other ones.
Was it? Well, yeah. There wasn't really that much fighting. There wasn't any fighting at all.
Not like her goal, but like, come on now, like, let's get realistic. Like, you're not gonna be able to.
What do you mean? What? No. What do you don't think she can do it?
Nah.
See, that's fucked up. You'll understand when you get older. See, like I feel like she can do it, and I hope she does it, and I'm rooting for her, and I think that's amazing. And
I feel like it's a good theory, but like, come on now, like trying to stop like the whole country.
But she's already succeeded. She already stopped what 300 wars, 200 civil wars. She's doing it. I mean, make the whole world.
Yeah, that's not happening. Like, make the whole world peaceful. Like,
even if she doesn't do that, though, I mean, just what she's done so far is amazing. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, to succeed in that, you'd have to have a goal that big. You know? So it's like, I'm rooting for her. That's dope. I love that she does that, you know? And like,
yeah, it's dope, but like, get realistic for real.
You don't think she's gonna make world peace?
Nah, definitely not.
But she tries, and that's why I'll be like, I fuck with that. She tried, you know? And she's she's really just genuine and nice. And really just wants peace and love all around. Like, that's dope. I can get on board with that, you know? I think that's pretty dope.
So you like her story more than anybody else that we've seen so far?
It sounds like you're trying to ask me if I like her more than I like Boar. It sounds like that's what you're trying to insinuate. And I don't like that you'd even step into that light. I don't want to compare the two. But I'm starting to fall for her. She is amazing. She's like the perfect wife. Like, not that she would be a wife, not that, you know, as soon as you see a woman like that, they would be a wife. But I'm just saying that is a fact. But she's awesome. She's like, I think she could do it. If there's anybody who could do it, she's like Naruto. Like, if anybody can do it, it's you, Naruto. Like, that's how she is. And then she got Rat with her. I want to see what he can do. I feel like he's probably powerful. As much as he sleeps, he's probably like Shikamaru. Like, damn it, you're really making me have to use my energy. It means fucking up everybody. What do you think, Zab? You think she's gonna lose and die in the next episode?
I don't know. It's hard to call.
It seems like you don't like her that much.
Nah, not for real.
Why the fuck not?
Bruh, I don't know. She's just like, I don't know. She's just not like interesting to me. Like, world peace, come on, bro.
What?
I don't like, it's dope and all, but like, it's just not interesting.
She's like my ideal mindset. Like, yes, exactly. Like, if I became a fierce warrior, I would try to be close to that. I mean, I might be selfish sometimes, but I'd try to be like as close to that as possible. You know what I'm saying? I'd probably fall in her category. Either her or like, if I had like a fucked up parent, then maybe Boar. But I mean, technically, I am Boar a year. Maybe that's how Snake is. Maybe Snake's gonna see her and be like, "You real? What the heck?" Did she say Snake? Did she say, "Can you take? Hey, do you think you can take Snake?"
Yeah, Snake's already dead. He was the first person to die.
I thought it was Dragon who was dead.
Nah, Dragon's still alive.
So Snake died.
Yeah.
Oh, see, so you already out of here, bro. Damn, bro. Well, alright. But I think that's dope how she has like that Neji, not Neji style fighting, but like, I don't kill, I just incapacitate.
That makes it extra difficult for real.
That's why she's so powerful. Think about it, if she went ham, if she went like Super Saiyan 4 Gorilla type shit, she would fuck up everybody. But luckily she don't do that. I think that's dope because being so wise and so powerful, she has such control. She's really just a true balanced, like she sees the bigger picture. I fuck with that. What? So who's your favorite character so far?
I try not, like,
Oh yeah,
in
'cause
animes like this, I try not to get invested because I feel like anybody could die. It's like Game of Thrones, anybody can die.
they did pull a Game of Thrones, yeah, killing off Boar. Like, damn, bro, starting like, and then you just like this, right? Like, you thought she was the main character.
Yeah.
I thought she was gonna win and then go back to her family, and it was gonna keep talking about the assassins and shit. Like, nah, she just died. Like, that was some Game of Thrones.
I'm glad it's not predictable like that too.
Yeah, it isn't. But then it makes me kind of be like, okay, so what happens when this battle's over? Is that the whole anime is just them fighting? Not like I'm complaining. I mean, it's interesting, but is that it? Like, I guess so, right?
Yeah.
Well, it says Juni Taisen Zodiac War, so maybe the next one could be Juni Taisen or like something different, you know?
I hate to point this out, but like whenever they usually show somebody's backstory, they usually die, bro.
They gotta show everybody's backstory eventually. I don't think that has anything to do with it. I don't know. She might fucking die. I don't know. They might all die. I don't know. I have no clue. But I hope Monkey wins. That's what I want. I hope she wins.
We'll see.
I mean, yeah. I might be being vulnerable, you know, putting my heart out there. So now I might be heartbroken if she dies. But that's what I hope.
Yeah, that's why I try not to get attached to anybody. Like, you don't know who's gonna die.